Wow, great.
Hey, you
Welcome
guys.
welcome.
Hey, we are back. Hey, you guys. This is Winding Down Late Night Conversation with Pavani J. I'm the CEO and founder of ExQuisite PR Firm, and we are here with the great Michelle and Robert. And we are going to do an interview tonight that we haven't done in a long time with the producer and a film director. I apologize to you guys because last week I wasn't able to tune in. And so I owe you guys the utmost respect. And you guys deserve the utmost respect. You guys have been in this game for a long time. So if you guys would like to comment, if you guys would like to speak to them, you guys fill up this comment board. You guys, they will answer you, or I will answer you for them, but they can comment to you guys. So you guys feel free to talk to them, ask them any questions that you would like to answer, but we'll break this down for you guys and do it like we do it here on the Winding Down Show. So I'm Nicole, AKA Pavani J, and to the left of me, I have...
Michelle DiBernardo.
and Robert Resto.
All right, and of course you have King Jacob. So welcome to the Winding Down Late Night Show with Pavani J, and we have some heavy hitters with us, and so we're going to get into this film industry and all that these two wonderful people do in that world of film.
Ooh, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, you guys are wonderful people, and I do again want to apologize to you guys. There were some other things going on. I was like in the woods, in the bayou, and in the back of the back of the world, and I couldn't. I was trying to tune in, and I was like upset. I was crying. I couldn't get into you guys because I follow you. Like I have been like on your heels since I've been like young. And I wanted to talk to you, and Jacob got you, and I didn't know that you guys were connected. And I was like, "What? You got on your mother? Oh yeah, I want to talk to her." Once I found out I was able to talk to you, you guys have no idea. You probably can tell by the way I talk. Like I got a lot of different type of friends. So all my friends are on here watching. So Heather, she's on. Hey Tina, she's on, y'all. So they are all watching.
Okay.
So so they're all watching you, and they like everybody has been watching you. So we know that you have something, your latest thing that we know about, because this late night conversation, you guys, if you guys got anybody under the age of 18. And they're not adults, please don't listen to this. We're grown here, and it's like late night conversation. That you have something that came out that called "Let's Have a Threesome." What's that all about? We want to know.
I mean, what does it sound like?
Yes, I know, girl. What was it? Was it fun? And how was your stay?
Not every movie is the best. You don't always get to choose who your acting partner is.
Right.
So, sometimes you have sex scenes and, people think sex scenes are real and they're really, really not real. They can be really awkward and uncomfortable, and yeah, that's all I'll say with that part of that. But yeah, Let's Have a Threesome is about a husband who wants to have a threesome with his wife. However, she has other things on her mind, and she may run away with millions of dollars at the end.
Oh.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
Very interesting, and I believe that hit Amazon Prime this week. I think so. I'm not 100%. I already saw it a few times, so I might have been there.
Okay. So when I know for a fact that you've been in the game since you've been about 11 or 12.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And that's not because I did my research. That's because we're about the same age.
Hey now, watch it.
That's how I know that, because I have been on your heels.
You
Yes,
girl.
girl, Punky Brewster. We've been around for a long time. So I've been like, I've been around for a long time, so I'm like following you for a minute. So,
Okay.
like, I didn't get into that world. Like, I didn't get to. I wanted to. Like, I wanted to do that, and I didn't know how did it. What took you down, navigated you down that path? How did it happen?
Okay, so when I was young, I had a friend, Ann Ra, and her mom was in theater, like really big, along with my uncle. So I used to be backstage at like some major theater productions here. And then I did like a little theater thing in school, you know, the woman number one kind of thing, and depressed because I only had a small and then it went on, and it developed more and more once I had kids. My oldest was on billboards at like 3 years old in Tokyo. So then they'd be like, hey, Michelle, you want to be involved in this? And then I ended up running Barbizon USA and teaching for Syracuse University, a theater program. And everything just spiraled into more and more. But yeah, I've been in the business forever, but I never had it as always like plan A. I always had plan Bs until probably about 5 years ago when I started to really take things serious and then say, hey, I think I want a company and I want to manage other people. And I was doing it for so long at Barbizon. I was creating success stories, you know, without the, you know, just the, you did a good job. And now I want to help people and do a good job and maybe get a little money with it too.
Right. And you're also hilarious.
Thank you.
You have a funny personality. So where do you come in? Where do you come in, Robert?
Well,
Oh.
well, you want it from the beginning, or you want it from
The beginning, of course, the beginning.
All right, so I started basically dabbling in like, you know, filmmaking when I was like 13, you know, with friends and stuff like that, you know, growing up in my neighborhood. And then, you know, I went to like the School of Visual Arts for some courses, you know, special effects and stuff like that. And then just basically just filming with like other filmmakers, like, you know, nothing, you know, just basically like on VHS tapes back then. So then just gravitated to that. And then plus I have family that's also kind of in the business also. So my cousin worked for Marvel Comics, and I have another cousin that worked for MGM for like 45 years. And so I've always was around it, and, you know, basically just that's how it started, you know. My cousin's a writer, so I started always watching him when I was a kid. And writing for like magazines and interviewing like Schwarzenegger and all those people when the Terminator came out.
Wow.
And give me the magazines, and that's how I started basically getting into it.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Terminator, I was a little bitty type.
Yeah.
Terminator, I was little.
That's a long time ago. That's 70s, 80s. That's
like early, like late 80s, mid 80s, like 80s.
Yeah, mid 80s. I was a kid, but my cousin, you know, he's older than me. He's my mother's cousin, actually. He's my second cousin, but he's what basically like started me basically into like getting into this stuff.
Wow, interesting. So we got some heavy hitters on here. Way past.
Yeah, we do. So the very first time you picked up a camera and you started filming, how much did it wow you what you can do, but you didn't really know what you was doing? Like,
we didn't know what we were
doing. Because it's just like when you like say you're a producer or you're a DJ, man, and you listen to a heavy hitter DJ that's in the industry, and you be like, well, I can do that. And then you do it, and then you play it back, and you be like, wow, why haven't I did this before? You know what I mean? So,
you know, like, well, my first camera was a VHS camera. It was like one of these huge, big cameras. And we just put tapes in, and we would just basically make up stuff and shoot. And just basically play it back raw, you know. And that's how we did it back then. It was just fun. And
Yeah. So let me ask you both of you guys a question. Do you not think the raw footage when you first did it when you was kids? Um, do you not think the raw footage is like it's so concrete because everything's so digital now, and when you kind of look at it, it kind of take your creativity back somewhere else, and then once you can bottle the analog up with the digital, it's kind of like some another creation that you never thought of. So like, how do filmmakers intertwine the analog with the digital era?
Well, that's the fun stuff, I think. That's where you add all the visual effects and the transitions and the titles, and that's where you get to play. I think that's where the creativity really ends up, because the raw footage can be really dry and boring, especially we've been watching footage for like a week and a half of the same stuff, and you get sick of watching a person after a while.
Right. I
can understand that.
A long way now. It's come a long way. Anybody can pick up a camera, digital camera today, and get a computer and After Effects and Final Cut and just start dabbling. And it's just so accessible today than years ago. You know, so it's different back then. Today it's like anybody can do it.
YouTube tutorials. I mean, I know I've learned a ton on YouTube and taken hundreds of business classes, photography to management to all sorts of things. YouTube's amazing. I'm telling you. Free too.
So what would you say is the like the best camera to use for filming at this point in the game?
At this point, I would say what they say the top ones would be is the Red, right? The Komodo.
Red Komodo is the top. Komodo is the most popular right now.
Is that Canon or no?
Canon? Red is it's Red cameras. Yeah, it's
just Red cameras.
Is that when you say Red camera? Is that like a brand?
Red. Yeah.
So that's like $80,000. It's like an 80,000 body. Just the body of the camera. That's not talking the lenses.
Wow.
How much?
Black Magic
80,000. So like, what is this GoPro thing they're talking about?
Oh, okay. So GoPros, we have those too. Those are good for like mounting on cars or inside cars for like a car show or like surfing or something. And you put it on their surfboard and they're like, yeah, dude. Okay, and then the GoPro just like stays on there and it gets the cool footage.
It's small.
It's very small. Here we got one right here.
It's like no bigger than this.
Look.
Almost.
We'll show you what a GoPro is, Nicole. We got you. Okay.
That is so funny. You have no idea why I'm laughing.
Okay, so this is a GoPro.
Right.
Oh my God. You have no idea why I'm laughing right now.
Okay, so tell us.
I am, but not right now.
Oh.
I'll wait till the camera's off.
You can use those GoPros for a lot of things, okay?
Wow.
I'm pretty I'm pretty sure.
No idea. We're gonna talk. So, okay, let me ask you another question. So, in this big film industry, it is probably really small, just like the music industry. It's huge, but it's small.
Yep.
What are the telltale signs if you were to go say, I were to say, hey, Michelle, I want to do something in regards to PR work. I want to make a show. I got all this stuff. I wrote all this stuff down and I sent it over to you. And I want to do a casting call and blah, blah, blah. And I picked all my people, yada, yada, yada. And I want to do a show. I get you to come out. I fly you out, get you a nice hotel, sit you out here for about a month. What are the telltale signs that says Nicole, this isn't good. This isn't gonna work.
Okay.
Outside of the money, I can have $1 million. I can have $1 million to pay you. I can have the $1 million to pay you. I can have $1 million to get you on the set, fly your people in, book your people in, your train, whatever you got, all the equipment to do to do your 160s, whatever. But what's your telltale sign to let me know this is gonna be some bullshit?
Okay, one is their contracts. If there's no contracts, you will never have a show that will actually be with distribution. Every single person on the show has to sign a contract. Every single person.
What contracts do they have to sign?
So it could just be a cast deal memo for the cast. It could just be a crew deal memo for the crew. It could be a very standard 1-page thing. It could be a 10-page thing. It really depends on how much you want to cover. So you can cross your I's and T's in a 1-page, but you can really cross your I's and T's in a 10-page. But no matter what, if there's no contracts, I know that it's going to be a flop. It's going to fall. Something's going to happen because it will never, ever make it. I've done a show before where we literally put our heart and souls into it for like 3 months. And there was something with the producers where, you know, they got in a little tit for tat thing and we got shut down, and we put all that hard work and everything in because there was one memo not signed. So everybody that worked on that show, it went down the drain.
Paperwork.
Paperwork is very important. Very, very important.
Paperwork has to be in order. Has to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have paperwork right.
Yeah,
so the paperwork has to be in order.
Yes. So you got to have a good line producer or UPM.
And you call that line producer or UPM. I'm taking notes for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Line producer
or UPM. So you definitely want to have a good crew. If you see that communication is off, that can make for a really messy show. Communication is very, very important, and that everybody's on the same page. So you don't want one person running looking for coffee when 5 others are looking, and I'm just using coffee as a simple thing. But, you know, you don't want someone going to look for a C-stand and then 4 other people are doing it and 5 people, you know, can't find it type of thing. You want everybody
on the same page.
Okay, we're doing a show this time, our call times this time, and just having everybody on the same page. It just you want everybody to be a big family. That's what a show or a film ends up normally being. When you walk away, if you're not leaving with like feeling like a family or feeling like you're gonna cry in some type of way, there was something wrong on that set.
Okay. And then when you And should those things be put together before the casting call, or do those things get built during the casting, during the making of the movie?
So it all depends on budgeting and everything, but in the beginning, you want a line producer. You want a good line producer that's going to help you walk you through all of this. So you really want the line producer or UPM before you go ahead and do the casting call. They should be there from the beginning. They're there to hire and help with the crew. They're there to help with the deal memos, with the, you know, the contracts, with any releases, etc. They are your like best friend. They save you with everything. They're going to save you money. They're going to save you, and they need to be there. If you bring them in towards the end, they're just cleaning up, and it's catch up. But could you imagine what a great job they could do if they were there from the beginning?
Right.
So
tell me what a PR does on a set.
Okay, well, the PR is definitely like the publicist, and they're going to get press releases all over, or podcast, or any publicity. Any publicity can be good publicity, because bad publicity can be good publicity too. You know how that goes.
They're like your hype person, you know?
Yes, yes. Like, where's yours?
So what do I do?
You're a hype person. You're like a little Flavor Flav.
That's it. I crank up the team.
Yes.
I crank up the team. I make some noise around this motherfucker. I make some noise. I go everywhere. Hey, we this, we that, we this, we that. Hey, y'all. Hey. I do not fill up cups of water with ice. That's the job for the assistant. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, the assistant's gonna go get the ice and the coffee and the anything you want.
Yeah.
Those assistants learn a lot, though. I will say that anybody that's like going into the industry should always try to be a production assistant for one day just to see what it's like. Sometimes, they're really not learning things, but you can really.
Don't get me wrong. The PR can turn into anything at any given moment.
Yeah.
The PR should have a set of skills of managerial skills because at any given time you should be able to know how to do certain things. Because if that line manager isn't there, that PR should be able to step in and make a phone call to be able to get some things done.
Mm-hmm.
That PR should be able to step in to know who to call, what to call, where to call at any given moment.
Absolutely. Connection.
That's one thing that I do know. I do know that I'm supposed to be able to make a phone call and make some things happen right now. That's one thing about being a PR that I love. I love the right now action. When I say right now, when somebody says, "Oh, I'm tired," then I'm tired, and I say, "Wait a minute, stop. What's the problem?" Okay, I got it. Chill, and I make something happen right now, and they're like, "Damn, you got it done." I got it done. Just relax.
Right. Go get it.
I love to fix that problem right now, and I've been able to do that for the last 9 years, and that's the part that I like to make that happen. But I don't fill up cups of ice. I'm not filling up ice. I will do it sometimes, depending on who the person is. Wesley Snipes or something. Maybe Denzel.
I was just gonna say that Denzel, maybe. Right?
Maybe right now. Maybe I might fill up Denzel's cup, but maybe Will Smith, right?
Michael B. Jordan, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Woo! Yeah, let's talk about Michael B. Maybe I'll fill up his cup. Maybe I get the.
I feel like I'm old enough to be his mama.
Yeah, but nevertheless, I'm questioning these specific questions because I want the world to know what to look for, because sometimes people don't know what to look for when they make, what I don't like is, and what I've noticed in the world is that people go out into the land, people go out into the land and they just decide to I'm gonna be a film director. I'm gonna get a camera. I got a PPP loan. And I got some money. I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna put it on Roku. Because see, what people don't know is that anybody can put a movie on Roku.
Amazon Prime too.
Yeah.
People get excited when they hear this. We're gonna keep it real tonight, right? We don't like we're gonna keep it winding down. See, people get excited when they see Fire Stick, Roku, and all these things. But see, people, that's paid TV. See, I know this. See, people don't know that I know this. So people think that I'm dumb because I say, "Oh my God, okay." So people think that I'm goofy. I got these glasses on, so I look retarded. I look slow, but I'm not.
I thought you looked sophisticated.
Hey, I love it because that's what I am. I'm intelligent. Because I know that that's paid TV, and anybody, as long as you got some money, you can get your segment. So if me and you and him put together $5,000 a piece, and I get up in the morning and I call Roku and I stay on the phone for 15 minutes, and they get the top dog on the line, and I say, "Hey, I got something to offer you." And they say, "What do you got?" And I say, "Hey, what's the email address?" And they send me over the email address, and I send them over something that me and you've been practicing on. and be doing whatever shenanigans. And we're talking. They watch it for 15 minutes and they say, we kind of like it. What do you got to offer us? And we say, well, we got $15,000 right now. They'll say, okay, well, at 2:00 on Wednesday nights, we got something to offer you. Tuesday nights on Roku.
Yep.
And we can start you off February the 19th. And you can start shooting it out. Now I have the ability to say #Roku network. I got a network.
Right.
Yep.
Ooh. So people will be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I get the ability to sit back and be like, that's my job. My job, I get to sit back and watch stars. People feel like they become stars, but what people don't know is there's paid TV,
right?
And then there's people like HBO, Netflix, Bravo, BET, Lifetime that you have to work hard for. CBS, like NBC, things that I've worked on that you have to put your back into. That you have to make a CD, a CDRW. Who knows about that? CDRW. Y'all know about that? That you old school, that you got to wrap up, make sure that ain't nothing gonna happen in the package, get it over to them, and then let them watch it and wait and stand outside in the hallway and say your Hail Marys and hope that somebody in here likes it. And then come back out and say, you know what, we're gonna bring you in here. And when you sit down at the table with your high heels on and you know, you might get some tape or something and put it at the bottom and make sure that they're red bottoms. And if they're not red bottoms, you make marker across your legs so they can think you got some type of money. And let the people who sit across from you flip through the first top pages of whatever you've written because they don't care about that.
Right.
Get to the main topic and say, you know what, we like it, but we don't want you to do it. We want to buy it from you.
Yep.
And we don't want to buy it from you for 4, 5, or 6 million. We want to pay you $150,000 for it because they know to make 7 or 8, 9 million.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we'll sign you on as a ghostwriter.
Right.
And we'll pay you $50 an hour. You think that's sufficient? Or they'll lean over and whisper to somebody, how do I know this? Because I've been in the building. That's the only way you'll know this, right? But see, people don't know this because they think that the only way you'll know this is if you've been in the building. Am I right or am I wrong?
Absolutely.
So anybody who knows me or who thinks that there's no such thing as exquisite, because the other day I walked in the building and they was like, well, we ain't know that there was no such thing as exquisite. We didn't think that there was a PR. There is a PR and there is a company called Exquisite with an EIN number and articles of incorporation. That's the only way that the business is real. You can't even open up a business company without having articles of incorporation. And I have articles of incorporation and a bank account. That's just as tall as me. So I just wanted to be very, very clear about the things that they cannot do. And how do you know that it's fake? And I wanted it to come from the horse's mouth. And you guys have been in the game well over 20 years. And I wanted you guys to tell the truth on national. We're going to say television because this is what this is since it's paid for, because I paid for it.
Nice.
This.
This is the new norm since the COVID.
This is the new norm.
This is television.
This is television. So
Jimmy Fallon can do it.
The kids can do it, right? So since this is paid for, we want the world to know what are the telltale signs. So that's one of the telltale signs when you go in there. And sometimes the thing is, people work really hard and you have no idea what the producers are in the background doing.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
No.
I literally was just working this one film. It was amazing. Absolutely loved every bit of it. But every time something went wrong, it's production's fault. it's production's fault. It's I'm like, hello. You got to have thick skin, you know. It's a great business. It really is. But just
I get blamed for everything. You don't have no idea.
I know.
I do everything that I'm asked.
You have to.
Majority of the time, I do everything that I'm asked. Majority of the time, and I get blamed for everything. Like PR's fault. PR didn't do this. PR didn't do that. I'm like, I thought I did. I thought I could have sworn I got that over. I could have sworn I know I. Just take it, and you just take it. It's part of the game. It's part of the game.
It happens. Things happen. But yeah,
that's the storyline. That's the storyline of our life. Things happen. You guys know things happen. They have no idea. They don't know any better.
They really should just like film some of us like behind the scenes sometimes, because
me and you one day we'll get together and do something. I really wanted to do something one day with PRs and film directors and casting directors, and just get together and do some type of reality show where we just like live our everyday lives and just have some cameras put in the rooms in our houses in our life and just film it and do less editing as possible, roll it and get it over to Bravo or get it over to Lifetime and see what they think.
Yeah, absolutely. As long I had a reality show once, okay, and it was a few years ago. I stayed on for season 1. It was, let's just say, I always said no. Like, I had an opportunity a long time ago, like when my kids are grown now, so they're like, I can do what it's freedom. I don't know what to do with my life now. But when they were younger, I had an opportunity for this other show, and I told them, like, no way, like in a million years. It was something like Jersey Shore, right? I'm like, I'm not going on national television and just drinking. Like, that's just not going to happen. So I had this own show, and it was supposed to be about business women, right? And well, they followed me just one night. They were like, we got 2.5 episodes off of you in one night. Like, they're like, you're so much fun. You don't need a script. You're just like, you're out there. You're crazy. I'm like, yeah, that's me. So anyways, I filmed this reality show. It went like super amazing, but they were doing their job. The showrunner's job is to create drama and to create controversy and to create, what the audience wants to watch. The audience doesn't want to watch people being good. They want to see drama. That's just what they want to see. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But I ended up having to kind of step back because it wasn't meant for my brand. So you would know, as PR, how I built my brand for a long time, and that's just for me. I don't need to be known as the party girl. Like, I'm a businesswoman first. I can have lots of fun at the red carpet, but that's not, the world needs to know me for what I actually work on and what I'm doing from the morning until the time I go to sleep, and that's on the business.
Right. And that's something that I have a hard time with, because I want to change the narrative of everything that's this way. I want to change the narrative and make it straight.
Yeah.
If you call me and say, well, Nicole, I want to change the narrative. Nicole, I want to change this and I want to be like this. Then I'll say, hey, let's go. Let's make this press release and make it look like this. I'll make you look like Haley Berry. I'll make you look, I can do something with a click of a finger and a twist of a camera and a press of a button and make a press release look amazing. I can make a person look like somebody that they're not. Like, I don't know. It's just a gift.
That's your gift.
It's a gift. I know that it's a gift. I have tapped into my full sway. I've tapped into it. And I'm this old. It took me this long and I've tapped into it and I love it. Would I do it for free? Absolutely. If you would do something for free, you love it. I love it. But when it doesn't fit your brand, how do you let it go? Because some things don't fit your brand.
I mean, I had to get my entertainment lawyer involved. Yeah.
Wow. And what did they say?
I mean, honestly, I had talked with the executive producer and she understood totally. You know, it was supposed to be a bit about businesswomen. It was turning into a spinoff of they were going to like rent this place for me for the whole entire summer, but they were going to put me in like a city that nothing for my business happened. So it was like, what are we doing here? And then they're putting all this liquor. It was like, instead of craft services, there's 16 bottles of liquor with moonshine, you know? And I was like, come on. I'm like, this isn't what you told me or how it was supposed to go. And, you know, she appreciated it. The showrunner was so mad because she just saw dollar signs on me, like all over. She was very, I mean, she texted me afterwards and she was not happy with me at all. But, you know, she's like, it is what it is. She did her job. She did an amazing job. That's what a showrunner do. I love the experience. I can't say that I didn't. I'm just glad it didn't all go to television because it wasn't,
right.
You know, it wasn't for me. Not everything's fit.
Right.
So I have taken over the show, and I'm so sorry, you guys, that I have taken over the show. Jacob, I haven't let you talk, but it has been so many things that I have wanted to talk to you about.
I'm good. I'm enjoying myself. I'm good.
LA KEYZ is in the building, you guys. I know you guys see her at the bottom. LA KEYZ is here.
Hey.
So LA KEYZ, is there anything that you would like to ask these producers and casting directors?
I had some questions up there, but I've been having technical difficulties over on this end. But hello, it's good to see you all.
Good to see you.
I'm enjoying you all, the conversation. So I'm learning. I'm just listening.
Hey.
Continue on, Miss Pavani J.
All right.
So yeah, she probably had no idea either how far and how deep. Because I don't tell everybody, you know, it's funny because I don't tell everybody, you know, you talk to people about the bad things, you know, you talk to your friends about the bad things and the things that are erratic. You don't say, hey, I went to California and went into Warner Brothers, or hey, I went to California and went into Hollywood, whatever, and they sat me down and picked up my book and they wanted to buy it from me. And when I heard they wanted to buy it from me and I heard how much, I said no. Like, you know,
right.
We don't talk about those things. But I've had that experience. I had that experience about 7 years ago. I wasn't finished with the book yet. I flew out. They put me up really nice.
Nice.
And it was called Self Bondage. 174 pages.
Okay.
I wanted to make a movie. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought we would take off from there. I thought the 174 pages was okay because I wanted to make a series.
Okay.
So 174 pages was okay. We start from there, and then I could mini pilot. That's what was in my mind. I had no idea what I was in for, but I was like, whatever, I'll try it. And they offered a nice offer. As broke as I was, I should have took it. I lost everything that I owned.
Oh my God.
Not because of them, because of the situation that I was in. I lost everything that I owned. Car, everything. And I had to make a decision. And my decision was I could sell out my life story and pick up and start over and make up another story and write, or I can cut my nose off to spite my face and leave here, put my book back in my bag, and wait. And so that's what I did.
Okay.
And I walked away.
More power to you.
Yeah. 4 months later, I was driving a truck, and I cried every day. I cried every day. I cried every day. I drove that truck, and I cried every day. And then one day I said, Nicole, you are an actress. Use your brain. Drive this truck like you're an actress. Turn yourself into an actor. You are a truck driver, Nicole. I swear to God, this is a true story. This is what I had to walk in my living room and I was turning myself around in a circle like a genie. You are a truck driver. You are a truck driver. You are a truck driver. How do truck drivers act? How do truck drivers act? How do truck drivers act? They act mean. They act tough because I couldn't get past the dirty hands and the dirty fingernails and the dirty everything. And just the butchy attitude of a woman truck driver. And, I had to do that to get into the truck and just because it was just everything is backwards in the truck. And I was driving the truck like a car for a long time, turning the corner short. And the average person takes 6 months to drive a truck. It took me 18 months. That is like way past average. That's like slow behavior, like a retarded behavior. Like you are like yellow bus status on driving the truck. Like
it's just that you weren't really
just
into
took
it.
longer.
It just really wasn't really for you, so it took you a little longer.
It wasn't for me at all.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was burning my leg out. My left leg is like super strong. Like I got extra muscle in it. I'm burning it out with this clutch. I had no idea what I was doing. I was like shaking the truck and I was shaking my body before it. I had to pray to God. This kid was going to college by hook or crook, and I needed this truck to work. Because I was not going to sell my soul and I was not going to sell this book. Because if this truck didn't work, I was going to have to call these people back and make a decision and give them this paper. And then one day it just came easy to me. And it was so easy and it glided so easy. And 5 years later, I'm still in this truck. And that's where my best thinking comes from. And that's where my best stories come from. And oh God, thank you for automatics.
They got automatic trucks now. That's good.
Thank you for automatics. I mean, I could drive a manual, but thank God for automatics. It's just like driving a big car.
Just makes you a better driver. That's all.
That's it. Oh Lord. I mean, I've had some incidents. I mean, like they blowed up on the expressway. I shut the whole expressway down all night long. Like the whole truck just blew up. Like it was a movie. Like you guys should have been there. It would have been like a perfect taping.
Right. A lot cheaper too.
Like the truck just blew up. I was like black. Everything was black except for my eyes and my mouth when I opened it. And all I could think was, oh my God, my Nikki Lee purse is in there. It's $500. I got to run back to the truck. And the credit card. It's just going to take 2 weeks to get them. I got to get the purse out of there. And that's what I was thinking the whole time. And I called the owner and I was like, I just blew your truck up. It's on Express. He was like, what? I was like, your truck is on 290 on fire. And he was like, Nicole, are you serious? And I was like, turn on the news. He was pissed, but he didn't fire me only because he loved me. He didn't fire me. He made me wait 2 weeks to get back in the truck. He was like, you need a break, but he didn't fire me. I thank you. I love you, Chris. I love he's watching this. I love you, Chris. He didn't fire me.
Hope he got the insurance money.
He did. That's the only reason why he didn't. He bought 4 more trucks after that. But I worked that money off. I did. I worked my behind off after that. And I used to be like, why is my check like this? And he'd be like, that truck blew up on the expressway.
Oh.
I worked for like a year. I worked my behind off, but I did blow the truck up. And I was like, oh, shoot. Man, I did blow the truck up, Chris. I forgot. And I was like,
you forgot what?
For like a year.
How you forget that you blow a truck up? What?
That's what I was saying to him, just so he like maybe give me an extra $100 or something because my check looked funny. He's like,
oh, Chris, yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, Chris. I forgot I blew the truck up, man. So could you be generous and give me some more of my money back?
Right, yeah. I think it was an old
Yeah,
truck,
okay.
Chris. Like
So-
the wiring was messed up. Like, you know.
So I got a question for you, Michelle.
Yeah.
If somebody offered you a position
Uh-huh.
to get in the era of the daytime soap operas, what would you call it?
What would I call it?
Yeah. What would
did
you call your soap opera? Like you got
Oh.
Young and the Restless, you got General Hospital, like
Oh my God.
so what would you call yours?
My
You know,
soap opera.
because before you get started, right? Me and soap operas got this thing going, right? So I think that the storyline of soap operas are great. I think they're classy, they're elegant, they're erotic, they're passionate,
Yeah.
they're rich, they're sensational, they're just scrumptious. Like it's like a different type of creativity to me. So I think that if I had a soap opera, it'll be called the wild side of life.
The wild side of life.
Yeah.
Daytime soap opera?
Yeah.
That sounds like nighttime soap opera.
Right.
I mean, it's all about rich people drinking
That sounds
booze.
more like Dynasty. Or something like that.
It's all about rich people drinking booze,
I love
double crossing one another, and
Daytime?
and cheating on one another. So so daytime, nighttime is all the same. You know what I mean?
Well, from what I remember, okay, do know that part of the reason also I did get in the industry is watching All My Children with my mother. Susan Lucci was my mentor. I've met her 3 times.
Erica Kane was the baddest bee in the world. Yeah, you're right.
I love her, like literally love her. She's the sweetest, nicest little Susan Lucci ever. But
Right.
to go back to let me spin off that real quick. Erica Kane was married 10 times, okay? You always die and come back off the cliff. Yeah. You always die and come back on a soap opera. Yeah. But if I had a soap opera with a name, I don't know, I guess A Day in the Life with Michelle, because it's always different, right? Every day is different with me. It may start at 3 a.m. one day, 4 a.m. the next, 7. It's insane. They'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, going at it. It's 1 a.m.
And so Michelle, the reason I said, the wild side, because my mind is really never calm. It's always on some wild shit. You know what I mean? It's always on some wild shit, some shit that I probably can't share with people, because if I share it with them, they'll probably go jump off a cliff. Some real wild shit. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds more like a movie, not
yeah. Yeah, you should be a movie. You got a cliffhanger.
But I just would like to kind of change the narrative. You got God in Life, Young and the Restless. The wild side of life. Like let me take you on this journey, but let me take you on this journey while you're sipping your morning coffee. You know what I mean? Just and then let me take you on this journey while you're eating your cheese crackers, drinking your wine, and
I was gonna say with mimosas. Mimosas, they're doing it with.
That's right. So, mimosas sounds.
Yeah. So it'll be a journey. You know what I mean? But it'll just be the erotic life of the wild side. Just
yours is going to be on Showtime or HBO. That's about it.
As soon as that would come across my table, I would be looking at it like, should we open this right about now?
Well, man.
The wild life,
right? Do you imagine the stuff that goes across their desk?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I see the stuff that comes across my email. I'm like, what? Hey, you want to produce this? You want to produce this? I mean,
that's another thing. Tell us what you guys don't open. So when I make press releases, you do press releases, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get. Okay. So when you get a press release, what would make you not open up a press release?
Honestly, if I don't have time to work on, like right now, I have quite a few projects that are in the works, and some of them aren't going to get gotten to for a while. So the realisticness is I have to say, okay, I have to pick and choose what is logistically going to work first. And there's a lot of things that come into play with it too, because yeah, I got a stack right here of scripts, like a whole stack of scripts. But at the same time, which one has the funding first? What schedule comes into play? There's so many different things that go into it.
Which makes sense.
But if there's no time, I'm not going to be opening things. Also, if the first thing that it says is I'm looking for funds, that's another thing, because I mean, I get hundreds of filmmakers that want to make a movie, and they will just come to me and say, oh, will you come on as a producer? Can you help me produce my film? And every filmmaker has an issue, unless you are multi-billionaire, with funding and distribution. So if you're having issues with those two things off the gate, and I already have a pile full of things, I'm not opening the email. As much as I want to work on everything in the world, as long as it works with my brand, I can't spread myself like that. You know, I'm a human being. I'm Wonder Woman, but I can only be Wonder Woman so much.
And what is your brand?
My brand is DiBernardo Productions.
No. No, I know that. I know that. But what is your brand? Classy, sassy, professional. What is it?
Professional entertainment business. Yeah.
Professional entertainment.
I tend to stay more towards the sophisticated, classy side, and especially with teenagers and kids, because I did run Barbizon USA for 10 years, and I did teach at Syracuse University. And there's just some things I don't believe in. I don't believe in when you're making your child look older and sexy and things like that. I'm sorry. I don't believe
that makes sense. Trying to make them look grown.
Thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
People do that. Try to make their kids look 20 and they're 10 and all that dumb shit. That's crazy.
Let children be children, man. Don't force them to grow up in the cold world society so fast, man. Like they're already gonna have to face it head on when they get of age, and just to really push them out there early. I definitely appreciate you saying that. Sure do.
Well, it's a lie, you know. Like just let them grow. They're only in that age for so long, so let them be that age.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Let them just enjoy. I remember me and my daughter were talking about that the other day. My oldest daughter. We were talking about that the other day, and she was saying to me, Mom, do you remember when I was younger and you used to always tell me to go play? Or when I was with Dad, and I would go with him over to his girlfriend's house, you would always call and get mad and tell him to bring us back if I was babysitting. And I said, yes. And she said, why would you do that? And I said, because you had no business watching 7 kids at 8. Like, why would you, if you and her were going to go out, if him and his girlfriend were going to go out, you had no business watching. First of all, one of them were disabled.
Oh, wow.
You were 8. What if something were to happen and you were by yourself with them? You know what I mean? Like that was ridiculous. For 2, when you were with me at home, she would always want to just do anything. For instance, when I had my son, I was going to have a water birth, but because I had gestational diabetes, I had to go into the hospital because my blood pressure would always shoot up. And I had, for some reason, these humongous, gigantic babies, like 13-pound babies.
Oh my gosh.
Right. She was humongous and he was these huge babies. So I let her come with me to the hospital to have my baby. To watch. She wanted to watch. So I let her come with me to have my son. In my mind, I was a kid myself. I was really young. I thought that if she watched that, she wouldn't want to have any kids. She said, "Oh no, I still want to have two." That's what she said. I thought that if she saw that, she wouldn't want to have them. So after I had the baby, she would always want to change the baby and touch the baby and hold the baby. And I would say, "No, go play." Because I wanted her to be a kid because I didn't get that opportunity. My sister is now 33. I'm 43. She's 33. To this day, she calls me at 4 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. Every day, same time. For the last however many years, I don't know. Wow. But on her birthday, I say happy birthday to my first daughter. Because that's my first child. At the 9 years old, I raised my sister. Wow. That was my first baby. Wow. And it's just crazy because of how people's families, how your family is raised. I didn't want my children to raise children or to, have children at an early age. Be a kid. Love, embrace yourself, embrace being a kid, jump rope, go skateboarding, do fun things, find out about life, graduate high school, go to college, play in the water, go to do what people do, go to Dubai, go and have fun. And so by the grace of God and the energies of this planet, my children have had the ability to do all of those things by the grace of God and the energies of the world and their grandparents, because my children have been raised by a village. So with that being said, my kids have been able to go all around the world and see things and do things and enjoy this planet. They've done things that I haven't done.
Nice.
And they haven't had children at a young age. They've made plans. So my oldest son planned my grandson, and my other son, my granddaughter is here. But I don't have a lot of grandchildren. I have two, and no one else has children. They fly around and they go out of town and they do everything that they want to do until they decide that they want to and that they're ready. And I told them that that's perfect when you guys are ready. But right now, enjoy life to the fullest. Play in the palm trees if you want to.
Yeah.
And don't think that 35 is too early. Too late to have a baby. It's not. 35 is when you're just starting to get some sense, really.
Right?
Party like a rock star until then. Don't just have fun, because at that and up until then you're taking care of yourself. Learn how to take care of yourself first and get a home and do those things when you're 27 and you're still like up under my wing. I say, if you watch a mother bird pushes her children out the nest. And what happens? We walk past the birds like, wow, there's a birdie on the ground. A mother bird does everything for her birdies. She feeds them, she gets warm, she brings them to them, she does everything. And then once she gets to the point where it's time to push the birdie out of the nest, you better learn how to fly. She doesn't swoop you back up with her wings and bring you back to the nest and sit you up there. And once it's out the nest time, it's out the nest time, buddy. And that's it. Yeah. If you don't make it, smack goes the dragon, pow, you hit the ground. And that's it. We go back and pick them up and bring them back and do all those things. So by the grace of God, my kids have soared, and they're soaring right now, and they're adults, and sometimes they smack the wall, and
I feel you.
You still got to do that, because if my daddy was here and I'm an adult, he would still be stroking me. But there's no one here right now, so I have to make it on my own. So now I stroke my children all the time, even though they're adults. But they do pretty good. I don't get too many phone calls. I don't. I have to say that I've done pretty good as far as navigating them. But just let them be kids. Let them be kids, please.
No.
Because it's important. It's very important to be a child. It's very important.
It is. It is. And especially just like, not to get off topic a little bit, but like the whole being a photographer as well, like seeing the kids and how they're developing now, like they literally have the complexes are so horrific from filters that it's insane. When they take a normal picture, they don't even know that it's like them. So I don't even know how they deal with looking in the mirror most of the time, because legit, they're like, oh my gosh, we need a filter. We need this. We need that. It's like horrible. Like the complex that they get, yeah, because they're so used to taking filtered pictures for everything that when you take a normal picture of these teenagers now, like not all of them, but a good amount of them, they're expecting to see a filter or expecting retouching or I mean, the apps that they have now just to like cinch in the waist and all that, like, you know, we know everything that goes on Instagram and all those things these poor kids are growing up with. So, you know, their body positivity is just like, we need to fix it.
Yeah, they don't think that this is beautiful. They don't think that they need something else. They don't think that they don't think that this is normal.
They need to take their asses outside.
Ride a bike or something.
That's what they need to do. Kids don't go outside no more.
We stickball like we used to play.
Yeah, exactly. Stickball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I played baseball.
Yeah, you remember we used to play
baseball too. All that. You know what I mean?
They have no
Kids
idea.
don't go outside no more.
You know what
Kids
Scully
stay in the house.
You play Scully's?
Yeah, here they go. They'll
That's
never go
all
outside.
they do. They have no idea. They have no. They don't know about soccer. They don't know about, like, we used to play dodgeball and hate for the boys to throw the ball so hard, and they used to sting us like on our legs, like, ow, like why he throw the ball so hard, like, and that was all because he liked us. You know what I
mean? Man, we used to play frisbee football.
Oh yeah, we used to play handball. I used to play handball. In the park.
Yeah, man. Like kids don't know they just, I don't know, man, and then they just go they just go privileged, man. Like how can you be a boy that's 16 years old and you don't know how to run a chainsaw, you don't know how to run a weed eater, like you don't know how to run a jigsaw, like what?
Nope. It's the phones. It's the phone. Like literally, I missed being a kid and my grandpa opening the door when it was dark and yelling my name. And if I didn't come, I was going to get my ass.
Right.
There wasn't no phone call coming through.
When I was
we didn't have phones back then. We had pagers, like BB.
I had my beeper with my neon green little.
Where they were spelling out words with the numbers, like hello.
And
what was it, like 3, 4 something?
347 I love you or something like that. Was that what it was?
And now you got these kids now, they just, when you try to tell them something, they just look at you with a blank stare. Like I would have never looked at my dad with a blank stare, man. My teeth been so far to my damn throat, like just like look at you like.
Or the word shoot. I might as well have said shit to my mother. I said shoot. Oh Lord. She said, what you say? You might as well have had a okay, literally, I think I got my last ass whooping at the age of 28. If my father would have not called my name, I think my face wouldn't even look like this right now. She was coming around the corner with a cast iron skillet, like straight from my face. I had to duck. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with her? She said it was for some shit I did the week before. I have no idea to this day. I don't know. But whatever it was for some shit I did the week before, she said. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I was like, at the next door neighbor's house, like knocking on the door, like, this lady is trying to kill me. Like, she's like, God, I don't know. I was 28. I'm 43, so it hasn't been that long ago. I'm like, you guys have no idea, like, what ass whooping is. Like, you don't know. And they thought that their grandmother was this perfect icon. So I was like, I couldn't take that away from her. So I do understand because I too myself sneak my grandbabies things and I do little things like that. And my son's like, why did you do that? And I'm like, shh. And the first thing that I do when I give it to my grandson, he's like, look what Granny did.
So this is what I do. I have my cousins call me, be like, my son acting like he won't do this. I said, put him on the phone. I said, keep on. I'm gonna come in and fuck you up. I'm gonna kick the shit out your ass. They be like, she be like, don't talk to him like that. I said, I fuck you up too in the process. So it's like, don't talk to him like that. Don't say that to him. Don't put on his shirt like that. What?
Jacob's not playing.
What? That's what's wrong with that little motherfucker right now. Your ass. Baby him all the time. This motherfucker 18 years old and still sucking on Infamil.
That's a shame. That is a shame.
But it does happen.
Honey. We're not gonna do that.
I don't sell pacifiers, huggies, or baby wipes. So we ain't playing it over here.
I'm done with those.
Like,
I know that's right.
I thought I wasn't gonna never stop buying them. I was buying them so long. Lord have mercy. I don't even like when I see the owl to say, baby, I don't even want to go down it. I don't even want to know how much the Infamil is like. Similac is like $25 a can.
Yeah.
And babies are going through that so fast. Like you're buying 2 cans or a can every 2 days. Oh, baby, listen.
Oh gosh. See,
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Like, honey, please listen. I'm buying baby shower gifts now. I'm done with that era. I did it already. I mean, if I do it now, it's because I'm adopting and I want to. Don't get me wrong. I'm a woman. I have baby fever. I think we always will. I think we always will have baby fever every now and then until you hear that wham, wham. You're like, honey, oh Lord, yes, I've been there.
I'm good.
You have to have that structurized thing, or you have to have that man in the house. It has to be a man and a woman because that's designed for a reason. It's designed for a reason. It used to piss me off so bad. I used to scream to the top of my lungs all day long. He used to come in the house and say a couple of words, which were, sit y'all ass down. We wouldn't hear nothing else for the rest of the night. And I used to say, I don't like these kids. You like these kids? Because we need to get some more kids. Because these kids here, I don't like these kids. He'd be like, shut your crazy. Because I'm hollering and screaming all day. And then you just brought your ass in here from Neverland. And
that's the way it goes down, though. Always.
But it's designed to be like that. The authority in his voice. I'm screaming and hollering, and you brought your ass in here and said, sit down and don't move. And they haven't moved all night. They've been jumping on my goddamn couch all day, playing, writing on the walls, all kinds of shit.
Oh, no.
But you came in here and you said this, and they haven't moved. I'm just like, I'm done with that shit.
Listen, man.
So
listen, my cousin used to have a little whining ass son, right? My little cousin Isaiah, right? I walk in the house, he be crying. I say, shut that fuss up. He look at me. He look at them. He stopped crying though. And his mama used to look at me like, how you do that? I said, man, your husband, my cousin, got a squeaky ass voice. The baby don't register with voices that squeaky high pitch. Because his mama voice high pitch. So if his daddy's voice high pitch, he ain't gonna register with that.
It's designed. God is designed. Yeah. It's designed to work like that. People don't understand the manifestations of a man and a woman. They're both needed. And they work together.
Hand in hand.
And when you put them together and they work together, things run very smooth. But when you have that woman that's playing both roles.
Maybe, Michelle, You should make a film called I Just Heard the Baby Talk.
The baby.
We done got off topic. I feel like we're family. I feel like we're family already. Michelle, what does it take for you to have a cat when you have a casting call? What does it take for you to say yes to someone? If I come to your casting call, what are you looking for?
Okay, so this is the misconception with casting that people get so confused with. So as a casting director, my job would be to direct the casting. So I'm going to bring the people to you. I am going to present them to you. But a casting director will never choose the cast. So a lot of people think the casting director casts. We don't cast. We present to the producers. And then the producers either like or they do not like. Or the network. Or the director, whoever it may be. It depends on if it's an independent or if it's a bigger project. If it's through a network, it's going to be a 3-step process, because you got to screen test and all these other things. But no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What screen test?
Okay, so screen test is when you're going to come in with, say, like me and Rob both were up for a role, and they brought us in. They want to see if we have chemistry on screen. So he could start talking, and then I could start talking, and it could be really bad juju, or we could be like really like vibing well, and you can see the chemistry on screen, and then you're going to be like, okay, now it's going to the next step. But once you get a screen test, you only have one more step to get in. So you're basically almost there then. So as long as it's not a pilot, and it's like an actual television series, you're 2/3 the way in. You're like almost there. You like jump, just freaking jump.
I love it. I love it. You don't know what you've done for me today, and you don't know what you've done for us today, because you just weeded out the week. I'm really so serious. I need a telephone number or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will not end here, you guys. This relationship will be a family affair. I'm coming the next Thanksgiving.
Okay. Let's do it.
So when you guys have all these things going on, so when you have your casting calls, when you have your screenplays, when you do all those things, when you go out and you find out that, okay, this right here is some bullshit. How do you back out?
I'm grabbing the charger on that note.
Okay.
The laptop's about to die.
How do you back out?
Well,
okay, so it's hard because I'm the type of person who commits, and once I commit to something, I have to fulfill it. That's just me personally. But
Michelle. I'm gonna say this to you. And I'm gonna say this to all the committers. When you commit to something and you know it's some bullshit and you know it's bad for your brand and it's bad for your way of life and you're gonna end up beating that person the hell up, you need to back out, man, because it's not good for your sanity. Like sometimes you just gotta just back out, man, like, cause I don't got no money to be putting on y'all books. All I can say is fix it, Jesus.
She sounds a lot like me.
Yeah. Sure do. Oh, man.
Which is interesting.
I don't be playing with them heifers.
So how have you been, LA Keys? How have you been?
How you doing?
Can you hear Keisha?
No.
She's just on here.
Mm-hmm. I can't hear.
Are y'all talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but my system is like, I don't know, it's acting up tonight. I'm doing well though. How y'all doing? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we're doing really well.
Yeah. Okay. So
Do you
let
got
me tell you what's
earbuds
going
in?
on my end. I do, but listen, I can hear you clear, and then Jacob is like, whoa.
Well,
Like this. And then earlier today, it was like you was doing that, and I could hear everybody else clear. I don't know what's going on with my system tonight, but
it's the earbuds.
We're here.
I don't. You think so?
Okay.
No, my Wi-Fi just went out. I don't know what happened.
It happens all the time. I told you this hotel was doing me the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was weird because we're like, it was just spinning and we were talking.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the heck? And I'm like, well, the Wi-Fi is not showing. And he's like, no, it's their connection. I'm like, no, the Wi-Fi is not even on right now. So we just turned it back on. We got my phone on. The battery's almost dead, but
that's okay because we have come down to the hour.
Okay.
So we have made it through the show. You guys have made it through Winding Down.
Woo!
You guys have made it through Winding Down, late night conversation, and I love it. You guys have answered more than enough questions, more than what I ever would have asked for, and I feel so comfortable with you guys.
Great.
That I feel like you guys are family.
Thank you.
And you made the interview fun, and you guys made the interview real fun, real exciting. Just we just had a great time.
Winding Down is really what it is. Winding Down is really a laid back show. I will ask you guys to come back again here soon, probably for in the beginning of the year. To see what you guys have going on. Post, share. And if you guys have any casting calls, I am a PR.
Okay.
I will be looking for any casting calls because I would like to be on a show. I would like to at least do a casting call for a show because I want to stay fresh.
Michelle, I would say that I didn't mention it to you yet, but you and Robert definitely need a PR on deck at all times.
I know.
Yeah, so you'll definitely be getting a phone call from me to set some things up for you. So.
We had an email.
I was already thinking that.
I was too.
Yeah, and a website and everything. And I mean, like the connection is already there. Like it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on him.
Her Wi-Fi is really, really horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it again.
It's doing it again.
Yeah, that's what we just said. We said your Wi-Fi is really, really horrible. Like it's just like stopped you in the middle of the conversation. So I don't want you guys to look bad at all. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay.
It doesn't look horrible at all. So yes, thank you guys for coming to Winding Down Late Night Conversation. We love you guys, and we'll stay connected. Yes. And thank you guys. We will see you guys soon.
Thank you.
We will definitely. I will be all up in your inbox, girl, and I will like, and share your page. We'll share every sector that we have, and we'll see you guys soon. And check this out. We got something coming up called Welcome to Restaurant Chicago. Look at it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Look at it.
Okay. Send it over, girl.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk soon.
Yes.
Have a nice night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.